Merry Christmas and happy birthday. That's kind of an odd way to start off a video, don't you think? Well, let me tell you the story. When I was a child, I absolutely loved the cartoon Frosty the Snowman. And I think I loved it because of the hat. As soon as Frosty, who was a snowman, put on the hat, he would come to life. But somebody had to come and put that hat on him in order for that to happen. But as soon as he was brought to life, the first words out of his mouth were, "Happy birthday." It was a completely new day for him. Anything that had happened to him in the past, good, bad, and the ugly, seemed to vanish for him, and he had a completely new start. So happy birthday. Yes, it is Jesus' birthday, or the day that we celebrate his birthday. Now, all of us know that none of us know exactly the date that Jesus was born. And so I do not want to get into a discussion about all of that, because I had an uncle whose birthday was the day after Christmas, and his family decided that they would celebrate his birthday in July every year. So all the celebration would be about him. And for me, Christmas is all about Jesus. After all, he is the reason why I have a new life in him. And unlike Frosty the Snowman, there is nothing that can happen to me that will take away my new life in him. No circumstances, nothing I do, nothing I did, nothing that will happen next week is going to take away from me the new life that I have in him. I am a new creation in Christ Jesus. It's a done deal. And unlike some horror zombie movie, the dead man is not going to come back to life anytime soon. And as Dr. McCoy would say in the old Star Trek series, he's dead, Jim. Unlike Frosty, Christians don't need to fear of losing our new life just because a hat falls off. Isaiah 61 verse 10 assures us, "He has clothed me with garments of salvation. He has covered me with robes of righteousness." It's not anything that I did. His newness is sealed in my heart and cannot be removed by outward circumstances or inner ones. He extends that offer of a fresh start to whoever asks. We need not wait for some momentous occasion such as New Year's Day or our birthday to start again. Jesus promises us in Revelations 21 verse 5, "Behold, I am making all things new." Present active tense. God is making all things new. In 2 Corinthians 5:17, "If anyone is in Christ Jesus, he is a new creation. The old has passed, but the new has begun." We are new creations. The old creation was crucified on the cross, and it's dead and buried. Don't fall into the enemy's tactics, telling you that because you slipped back into an old habit pattern, that somehow the old creation has suddenly come back to life. Your old life is not a zombie. It's not coming back to life. And as Dr. McCoy said in the old Star Trek series, he's dead, Jim. So give up the idea that somehow you've suddenly walked back into your old creation. That's a lie from the enemy that wants to condemn you. You know, the following quote or illustration is by Corey Ten Booman. She's talking about forgiving others, but it also applies to our ability to move on from our past through God's forgiveness. Keep living in your new identity and ignore the occasional reminders of your old self. The old self is dead. Long live the new creation. Corey says it this way. If you have seen a country church with a bell in the steeple, you will know that to get that bell ringing, you have to tug a while. Once it has begun to ring, you merely have to maintain the momentum. As long as you keep pulling the bell rope, the bell keeps ringing. Forgiveness is letting go of that rope. It's just that simple. But when you do so, the bell keeps ringing. Momentum is still at work. However, if you keep your hands off the rope, the bell will begin to slow and eventually stop. At this very moment, as you hear these words I'm speaking, all things have become new. How you choose to steward this moment is up to you. Never take this precious gift of newness for granted. Cherish the potential of all things new through Christ's resurrection. Relationships strained, mistakes you made, sins you committed, bring them to the cross. Leave them there and don't pick them up again, no matter how tempted you might be. Treasure the gift of newness he grants you every day. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, and embrace the greatest gift that we've ever been given, and that's new life in Christ Jesus.